You guys are going to be tired of me if you've made it through. This is the time where you need to get in a bathtub, take a detox bath, and then watch all of these. And I probably should have said this at the first one. So I'll post it on Facebook. So anyway, I don't know if I can remember where I left off, but anyway, uh, through this whole journey and being on this round has been it has been very positive. I have been very much spirit, soul, and body has been in to this round like none other. And I think I don't regret not one single minute of all the other rounds, even though they had some major successes. And at the end, I wound up gaining the weight back. Not all of it, thank goodness, but a majority of it. I mean, you're in the 170s and then you're back up into, the 200s again. Just having to mentally deal with that is, is a lot. But you deal with it, you accept it, and you make a decision. Okay, now this has happened. What are you going to do? And what are you going to do differently that is going to make this a success for, the rest of your life? What are you willing to give up and what are you willing not to give up? You make that list, you do the pros and cons list. What am I going to do? We're so vulnerable through this journey. And I believe that, women, we emotionalize, we internalize, we have so many things and so many people that pull us. They're pulling our strings. And we feel like we have to give an answer to society. We have to give an answer to our past. We're already given answers for our future. We are absorbing everything around us. And all of the negative things we're trying to turn into positives. All the positive things we try to hold on to. But because we can't juggle, we're not able to do that. Something is going to give. And usually when that does, it's going to be about our emotional health. It's going to be about our physical health, our extended families, our life. All of that is going to suffer because of it. So it's just not about saying, I'm going to do this protocol. It's awesome. It's success. I know it's going to work. If I do it to the T and I don't cheat and I don't do this, then bam, my life is all of a sudden going to be, wonderful. Well, we all know that's not so. We're still going to have trials. We're still going to have temptations. We're still going to go through stressful things. It's just life is going to happen. So this here is just this is almost like the straw that breaks the camel's back, because we finally come to grips with who we are, that we have to get this under control. We have all of these emotions either bottled up and that are they're coming out in other ways in our life that's not good. So now we have to deal with that, plus all the little extracurricular things that we have to deal with. So how do we say, okay, you go in this department, you go in this department, you go in this department, and then, well, you know what? I think this here I'm going to deal with today. I'm going to confront this. Well, while you're confronting this, it starts to bleed into the other little thing you've put up here. So you put that one back up again, and then you pull out another one. and then it bleeds into that one, and it bleeds into this one. And before you know it, you're sitting down with your face right into, your fourth glass of wine, your fifth martini, your big bowl of pasta or pizza or whatever kind of foods that tickles your fancy, because you give up because you can't do it, because you don't know how to juggle. You're not circus material. So I had to come to that. How important is this? Because just, just a few weeks ago, before I started this protocol, I had already decided that I'm not going to ever go on another diet. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. And you know what? HCG is a diet. This is a diet. This is your body and what you're eating in particular foods. We think if we call it a protocol, it's gonna make it better. This is a protocol. This is not really a diet. Well, we can call it whatever we want to. We could call it an amusement ride if we want to. I mean, whatever. The bottom line is, our body is going to have to be under some restrictions that it doesn't want to be under. So I had to rationalize that, and I had to get it in my head that, okay, am I going to do this? Am I going to pay attention? Am I going to document it this time? Not does that mean am I going to have to vlog every day? And I think the vlogging is good. What I think the vlog is good for, it's good for me, and it's good for you. That's what it's good for. It's a community of support. I might be on my high horse about one thing one day, and somebody else is going to be on their high horse about something another day. That's fine. Still going to love you, still going to support you. I want you to do the same for me, because we're in this. I can't go anyplace else. My husband doesn't understand. He's never struggled with his weight before. He doesn't say, you know what? I've almost ate this whole bag of Lay's potato chip. Now I am going to be depressed for months on end, and now I'm going to go sign up for Weight Watchers and meet down at the church on the corner on Wednesday nights. No, he doesn't think about that. And let me tell you something. He eats Lay's potato chips almost every single night before he gets into bed. Is that good for him? It's not good for him. Sometimes celery or peanut butter. Sometimes it's peppers, sweet peppers, and homemade dip. I mean, he'll switch it up. But I can't do that. I can't eat a bag of barbecue potato chips or sour cream onion potato chips or cheddar potato chips. I like chips that's got a little flavor to them. So, but we're all in this together. So I think the difference is this time is that I have thought about and premeditated further than what I did, and not just thinking about and planning it, but making up my mind that I've got to make a decision, or I'm going to be on this choo-choo train again. And if I am, then so be it. If I have to do 10 rounds to get me to where all of a sudden it clicks, let me tell you something. If that's what it takes, that's what I'll do. That's just what it is. So anybody that's lost and gained it on and been on the, you don't give up, because one day that round is going to be the breaking point round, to where everything falls in line. And you're like, wow, this is easy. I mean, why didn't I do this before? Because you weren't ready to do it before. Another thing too, and I want to close with this. We have to stop comparing ourselves with other people on this protocol. I'm not Donna giving it my all. I'm not her. My makeup, my genetic, all of that, it's not the same as hers. I'm not Fluffy no more, Lori. I am not. I'm not her makeup. I'm not her genetically. My brain doesn't work like hers. Her brain doesn't work like mine, and I'm sure that's something she's thankful for. But if I say I'll do everything that this person who's been a success on this protocol, if I do it the way they do it, then I'll be able to get all the weight they got off. We start thinking that their journey was easier than our journey because we're seeing a finished product. We're getting little clips of 10-minute vlogs or 3-minute vlogs if you're lucky enough to be able to do one that short. That's what we see. We're not seeing all of the behind the scenes. We see a lot. We confess. We tell things on here to people that we don't know, we'll never meet. But it doesn't mean we're not in their heads 24/7 with their struggles and their thoughts. So we can't do that. I can go to people's and watch their vlogs and see their success. I can say, okay, they began. Let's go to the oldest one, see where they started. They introduced themselves. Usually the second one, maybe they can come clean on how much they weigh. And then I don't even finish watching the whole rest of it. Then I skip to the very last one that they did and think, wow, they've lost 30 pounds. Okay, now how long did it take them to lose it? We've all done that. We've all done it. But your journey's not going to be the same as my journey. And I'm going to screw up. And, well, you guys know I'm going to screw up. Because I've done it. I've documented my screw ups. And a lot of us, we've all documented our screw ups. But it's a screw up. Okay, let's move on. So I said all of that to say that, let's do the best that we can with what we know. You might not be there on this round. You might not be in it on this round. And that's okay if you're not. You can come back and do it again. Dr. Simeons had return customers. We've got to realize that. He had return customers. Now, how many times they had to return? How many times did they gain on that weight, gain all their weight back? How many of them successfully? I think he gave a percentage, 65 to 75%, that he said that he probably just knew of that were successful, and I imagine stayed in a lifetime maintenance that never gained. I don't know. He gave a statistic. He threw it out there. He gave the percentage of those that were successful. I don't know how legit that is. I really don't know, but I know he had return customers. So, you know what? HCG, escrow, you have return customers. And that's just what's going to be until we get it done. But we can all agree on this one thing. There is no diet or protocol or whatever you want to call it that works like HCG. Another thing we can agree on, it is tough. It is hard. We have a lot of baggage, and those baggages are packed with a lot of stuff, and we got to unpack one bag at a time. This round, I unpacked this much stuff. Next round, I'll unpack this much stuff. And if everything lines up perfectly, I'm going to lose a lot of weight with it. Not just the physical weight, but the emotional weight. Hugs to my HCG family.